Hello students, hope you are all well. In today's lesson, I am here to discuss with you about the features of Indian agriculture. As we all know that agriculture is India's main occupation. As per the data available for 2017, approximately 43% of the people are engaged with agriculture and they are responsible for 17% of their contribution in national income. So, if agricultural economy being an agrarian economy, we know that it is important for us to 43% of population are dependent upon agriculture. So, it is important that we should know about its various features. To start with, the first feature is that in Indian economy, it is a gamble of monsoons. In India, after 74 years of independence, agriculture still dependent upon natural rainfall. We don't have artificial means of irrigation. And the sad part is this, on whatever area we do have availability of artificial means of irrigation, even that is not properly utilized, even that is underutilized. So, Indian agriculture is totally dependent upon monsoons. If we will have a good monsoon, there is a good production. But in case I have a situation of a drought or a flood, so sorry, India is not going to have a good agricultural season on that day, and we have to forego or we have to leave this 17% contribution which is done by agriculture. Second point, as just now I told you that approximately 43% of my population, working population, is dependent upon agriculture for their job, for their earnings, for their work. What type of employment are we going to get in agriculture sector? And why this figure is very high? Because any economy whose agriculture is to be taken as a main occupation, then along with this we are here to find a feature of disguised unemployment. It is absolutely a new term, because if I have got an agricultural economy, if my economy is considered as an agrarian economy, then it is understood that there will be a disguised unemployment, because disguised unemployment is found only in those areas where agriculture is to be considered as a main occupation. So, in Indian agriculture, we are facing with this problem a huge, and with this we have an issue of underemployment also. Now, what is this disguised unemployment and what is this underemployment? Unemployment means you are totally jobless, you are not at a work at all. But if I am going to say that you are underemployed, what does this mean? That you are working, you are able to generate income, but you are not working for full working hours. You are just working for 1 hour or 2 hours like this. And if you are going to be at a high post, you are not going to enjoy the job as per your qualification, as per your caliber. You are on the lower rank. So, it means you fall into the category of underemployment. So, in India, we do have a problem of underemployment. And what is this disguised unemployment? Disguised unemployment means it seems you are working, but your productivity is absolutely zero. It means you work or you don't work, overall production will remain same. Disguised unemployment, if you will go in a agrarian family, the whose main occupation is agriculture, and you go and ask what is your occupation, a 90-year-old man, he will say I am having field, so I am a farmer. A 19-year-old boy from the same family, yes, are you employed? He will say definitely yes. So, which type of job are you doing? We have got field, so I am a farmer. So, whatever family member is there, if you are going to inquire from all, they will all say ki yes, we are engaged with agriculture we are all working on the fields. So accordingly I will expect that my productivity will be that much. But sorry to tell you, no, whether 10 persons are working or one worker is working, your production and productivity is not going to be affected, it is remaining same. So this is called as disguised unemployment. The concept of disguised unemployment is treated in an economy like a termite. Termite eats your wood and you will not come to know. In the same way, disguised unemployment is so harmful that it is going to vanish, it is going to eradicate all the benefits of your production and everything, but even you will not come to know, and you are going to be unaware about all its side effects. So that is why disguised unemployment is considered as invisible in nature. Like termite is never visible. When it hollows a wood, only then I will come to know ki yes, it is affected by termite. In the same way, when in agriculture, I will not come to know that there is a problem of disguised unemployment until my efficiency is going to be low down, or I will come to know that if 100 people are working and one worker is working, my efficiency, my productivity of an economy is remaining same. So in Indian economy, the part of sad story is this, that we are having a feature of disguised unemployment. As there is disguised unemployment, so it is automatically I am going to have low productivity. In Indian agriculture, what do we have? There is a low productivity. You have already seen that 43% people are contributing 17% only in the national income. So you can imagine what is the per capita contribution of a person in their national income. 43 is not able to contribute even 43, not even 1 rupee each. It is 17%. It means 50% of that. So on that data, I can comment that my productivity is less. Another feature of agriculture, that it is not based upon single crop. What do I have? I have got multiple crop system. Multiple crop system means that at one time in this kind of climatic condition, if I have done one harvesting, if I have sowing the seeds of one crop, it is a rotation. That in winters I will go for the production of this crop, in summers I will have this, in spring I will have this. So it is on a rotation, but we are not dependent upon a single crop. We have a system of multiple cropping. Then another feature of Indian agriculture, that we are facing with the problem of, it can be taken as a problem or you can take it as a feature also, uneconomic holding. In Indian economy, we have a presence of this. Now, what is this uneconomic holding? Uneconomic holding means the land size, the holder, the one which the land you are holding, it is too small that even if you want to make use of scientific method of cultivation, you want to make use of latest irrigation facilities, you want to make use of high yielding variety seeds, it's not possible for to be used. Why? Because your land size is too small. So this uneconomic holding means Indian land holding size is small. And why it is small? There are so many reasons responsible from it for it. It can be due to inherited reasons, or it can be because of social political reasons. But yes, India's main feature of agriculture is that we have a uneconomic holding. Another feature of Indian agriculture, that we are having not very big farmers. There is a, because agriculture, you must have heard that Indian is a agricultural country. So each and everything is dependent upon agriculture, and India is not poor, but Indians are poor. So if Indians are poor and India's main occupation is agriculture, it means India's agriculture is being dependent or is being carried on by a small farmers. We don't have a very heavy families, we don't have a rich farmers, we don't have a large farmers. Indian agriculture is basically dependent upon small farmers. Now who are these small farmers? The small farmers which are not hand to mouth, which are not very good in their monetary system. Whatever they are producing, on that only it is possible for them to take out something for their survival. The subsistence level of living is agriculture only, and that is the another point, that in India agriculture is taken as a source of subsistence, that is a source of livelihood, and Indian agriculture is not commercial in nature. Commercial means it is not being done for market purpose, it is not being done for a profit maximization, it is a family occupation, and being a family occupation, we are just going to have a production for the sake of survival, not for the market purpose. And when if I am going to work for the survival, so there is no profit motive, we are all hand to mouth. For each and every need, a farmer needs a credit, a farmer needs to take loans, a farmer has to depend upon borrowings, and as farmers are not educated, they are illiterate, so the local people are here to exploit this class, to make the exploitation of this farming class, and unofficially we are going to confiscate their land and becoming landlords and forcing these small farmers to work on their own land as a laborer only. So these are the few features of land, the few features of agriculture with respect to India. India being a developing nation, India being an agrarian economy, we are all facing these problems. We can call it as a features also, and side by side we have to discuss this as a problems also. Along with these, we have got so many other problems of Indian agriculture, like they are poor, so there is a credit problem always, because to meet their credit, as there are small farmers, so there is an issue of credit. To meet their all type of needs, whether they are productive, they are personal, they are social, they need to depend upon local people, they need to take money, they need to take loans, they need to borrow the money. And why it is like this? Because Indian agriculture is totally unorganized in nature. Unorganized means that we don't have any union who is going to represent you. No, it is a family occupation, it is not a government occupation, it is a family, private occupation. So all the family members are involved in it. Despite of this thing, that what is your contribution and how much are you contributing. Thank you.